I hate to disappoint, but I think the fact that Mr. Trump has been caught on tape saying this is highly confidential, it's not a smoking gun, I'm sure. You know, the word confidential is almost synonymous in many people's minds with important. You know, if I'm going to tell you something important, it's confidential. If I'm going to tell you something confidential, it's important. Secrets are a way of identifying the gravity of what I have to tell you. So the fact that Mr. Trump would say that something is highly confidential doesn't guarantee that, number one, it really is confidential, or number two, that it is a secret document. So without knowing exactly what he's talking about, it would be very difficult to nail that one as a felony, a misdemeanor, or anything more than a boast, a brag. And we know Mr. Trump brags as much as Boris brags. And this is part of the problem. And part of the reason why, on reflection, a lot of the conclusions of the Partygate, of the COVID investigation by Harriet Harman, may be flawed. Why? Because what Boris says is hyperbole and speculation, and very little is grounded in pure fact and genuinely what he thinks. You know, you walk down the street and you're chattering away, and you can easily say something which is not what you really think, not what you really mean, but it is damning. You just open your mouth and out comes this rubbish. For many of us, that's a rare occurrence, and we live in paroxysms of misery for the next 24 hours because of what we may or may not have said, or because of what we think we might have said. We probably didn't even say it. But for Boris and for Trump, I think that is a way of living. I don't think that's an accidental one-off. That is routine. And I don't think that any of the 37 counts of illegally retaining classified documents, when it comes down to it, if that is the major evidence, I don't think any of those 37 counts are likely to stick. Because you would have to prove that Trump knew what he got, took it with intent, and was parading it around with intent. And I think that would be very hard to prove beyond reasonable doubt, and to secure a conviction. Difficult.